I want to start off by expressing my deepest solidarity with the people of Jamaica, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti, who are still suffering from the ongoing impact of Hurricane Melissa. With that in mind, I would also like to provide an update that the 2 students from St. Martin are safe and sound after the passing of the storm. We are in touch with both. I spoke to both students this morning. Additionally, the ministry is in touch with the Jamaican consulate via DBB to coordinate any evacuation efforts as they emerge and bring our students home following the storm while Jamaica begins its rebuilding period. Second to that, I would like to announce as well that I'm coordinating with the Ministry of VSA to do a comprehensive health assessment at our public schools due to reports of air quality issues so that we can identify and address any ongoing challenges at these establishments, which is actually where I'm on my way to right now, to ensure that we can get that rolled out sooner rather than later. And this Friday, I will be traveling to Aruba and Bonaire for meetings with the University of Aruba, as well as the Vierlanden Overleg with my fellow ministers of education within the kingdom. We will be meeting in Bonaire to provide updates to one another and agree on next steps regarding such initiatives as the Strategic Education Alliance and other matters that have been discussed by my predecessor prior to my taking office. Once again, just to let everyone know that the 2 students are okay. I received many requests for an update on them. I spoke to both this morning. They are safe. I'm very thankful for that. But of course, my heart breaks for the people of Jamaica who have been deeply impacted by this storm. And it's power, and it is a constant reminder, again, that we are dealing with a new reality when it comes to climate change. And I would like to remind St. Martin that the hurricane season is not yet over. We still have a month to go until we can say that everyone is, at least for the most part, safe and sound following the 2025 hurricane season.
Last week, we commemorated 35 years since the opening of St. Martin's Prison. 35 years of service, sacrifice, and resilience. That anniversary was more than the passage of time. It was a reminder of the men and women who kept our prison standing, often during difficult conditions and with limited resources, yet always with commitment to duty and community safety. It was also a reflection of how far we've come and how much farther we still need to go. After 35 years, our detention facility has outlived its purpose. It no longer reflects the standards or the values that we, as a country, believe in. Today, that commemoration becomes a turning point, the beginning of a new chapter for St. Martin's justice system. I'm proud to officially introduce the Detection Sector Reform Program, also known as DSRP, a long-awaited and comprehensive initiative that will transform the way detention operates in St. Martin. The DSRP is an overarching program that addresses every part of the detention chain, from pretrial to post-detention. It brings together a series of coordinated efforts designed to build modern, safe infrastructure, strengthen rehabilitation and reintegration programs, improve working conditions and training for staff, and ensure that detention is managed with dignity, accountability, and fairness across the board. The DSRP is built on years of planning, partnership, and determination, shaped by lessons of the past and guided by the belief that justice must evolve around our people. This initiative is led by the Ministry of Justice on behalf of the St. Martin government, in collaboration with the Ministry of BZK and the NRPB, and with the technical expertise of the United Nations. Through this partnership, 2 key UN agencies will play an important role in supporting implementation. The United Nations Office for Project Services, UNOPS, will oversee the infrastructure component of the program. Their focus is on the design and the construction of a modern, safe, and humane detention facility that meets international standards. The new facility will not only address space and safety concerns, but will also reflect the principles of rehabilitation and dignity through its layout, functionality, and sustainability features. Local subcontractors and suppliers will play a significant role in this process, ensuring that the project also strengthens our economy and supports our people. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the UNODC, will focus on rehabilitation, reintegration, and capacity building, helping to develop tailored programs for inmates, enhancing staff training, and strengthening the systems that manage our detention and reintegration process. Through their expertise, St. Martin will have access to best practices from around the world while ensuring that the programs are designed to fit our local context and needs. I want to be clear that this is a locally owned reform, designed for our people and by our people, and built on our priorities and implemented under our leadership. Through this partnership, St. Martin gains access to international expertise while maintaining control, direction, and accountability here at home. The reform is not only about building a new facility, it is also about building a fairer, more humane justice system. I believe that the way that we treat people in detention says a great deal about who we are as a society. When we invest in our prisoners, in rehabilitation, in education, and reintegration, we invest in public safety, stronger families, and a more stable community. A justice system that only punishes cannot create progress. A justice system that teaches, supports, and rebuilds can. This program gives people a chance to re-enter society better than when they left it, with skills, with confidence, and with a sense of belonging. It gives our staff the tools, the training, and the environment that they deserve to perform their duties safely and effectively. And it gives our country the opportunity to demonstrate that justice in St. Martin is rooted in fairness and in human dignity. We're not just talking about reform. I want to assure everybody that it's already in motion. UNOPS finalized the technical design and planning for the new detention facility, ensuring that it meets international standards of safety and functionality, laying the groundwork to start the construction in the next 3 months. We expect to sign the agreement this week. We expect that the contractor will start to mobilize and close off the site and then initiate the site during the months of November and December for a groundbreaking to take place in January. In addition to that, UNODC teams are conducting on-site assessments this week with our justice staff to shape programs around rehabilitation, education, and capacity building. The program management team within the Ministry of Justice is coordinating these activities to ensure that all projects move forward in alignment with one another. In the coming weeks, UN representatives will continue meeting with our prison staff to listen to their experiences and their ideas. Their voices will further help shape this reform because they're the ones that have kept this system running for the past 35 years. Their insight is essential to making sure that this transformation works in practice and not just on paper. This is the reform that our country has been waiting for. It represents a shared belief that justice must be firm, but it must also be fair. It shows that St. Martin is ready to do more than just maintain systems, but that we're ready to modernize, to humanize, and to lead. As minister, I hope that this reform trickles down into other areas of our government. This is a shared commitment, and it is a good step forward, laying the groundwork for a justice system that truly works for the people and not against the people. This is a long-term investment in the people of St. Martin, an investment that helps give individuals their place back in society, and in doing so, strengthens the fabric of our community, creating a safer space for everyone. Again, I can't emphasize enough that this is St. Martin's reform. It's led by our ministry, and it's for our people, by our people. It's not something that we're doing because somebody else told us that we had to do it. It's something that we're doing because we believe is important. And it's about building a system that reflects our values, strengthens our institutions, protects our people, and restores confidence in justice. This is not just the end of a long journey. It's the start of a new standard for how we approach justice in our country. Together, we are proving that St. Martin can lead reform, that we can build something modern, sustainable, and human-centered, and that we can be proud to call it our own. So as we take this step forward, I want to thank everyone who is working tirelessly to bring this vision to life, our partners, our staff, and our community. The Detention Sector Reform Program is not just about changing the system, it is about changing lives, strengthening our nation, and laying the foundation of justice that truly reflects who we are.
you SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, Com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
St. Martin, as heavy rain falls across our region, we urge all residents and visitors to exercise caution and stay alert. Here are the areas prone to street flooding, flash floods, and/or rock slides. Avoid these locations until water levels subside. Atillage Road Roundabout, Cul-de-Sac. Arch Road, Sucker Garden. Beacon Hill Road, Simpson Bay. Atillage Road, Border Monument, Belvedere, Lower Princess Quarter. Billy Folly Road, Coal Bay. Emma Plain, Phillipsburg. L.B. Scott Road, Cul-de-Sac. Rhine Road, Lowlands. Welhalaken Road, Low K Roundabout, Cahill, Little Bay. Well Road, Wellington Road, and Orange Grove Road, Coal Bay. Yancho Rousquin Boulevard, Point Blanche, and Sakersgut Road, Cul-de-Sac. Remember, safety comes first. Let's work together to keep our community safe. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Communication.
Greetings, my name is Rihna Arundel and I'm excited to invite you to register and attend this year's Just for Dads and Men Masterclass hosted by the Department of Community Development, Family and Humanitarian Affairs. The theme for this year's Masterclass, Stronger Men, Stronger Families, Stronger Community, serves as a powerful reminder and an urgent call to action for men to become more engaged, more self-aware, and the kind of leaders their families and communities deserve. I'm inviting all fathers and men to register and join us every Saturday from November 1st until December 6th from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. in Conference Room 1 and 2 in the government building. Space is limited, so register now by emailing cdfha@stmartingov.org or visit any of the community help desk. We look forward to seeing you there. Take care.
With respect to that, I don't have that number for you. I would have to ask immigration to see if we're able to pull that data, because a lot of what we've seen as well is that ministers grant things and that they're not registered in any way, and you don't know until the person shows up with a letter later and that you're confronted with it. So that's a lot of what we see. We have individuals, for example, when we go through your immigration file and we note that you have been residing illegally on the island, that the person will be asked, have you received an exemption letter? And then they will come and show you an exemption letter that was granted by a previous minister. So in terms of that number, I can go back and see what we have in the system. I can't promise that everything that we have in the system is actually everything that was granted. So just I see a clarity from Emil, and the exemption letter is, in accordance with the law, an individual who puts in a first-time request for an immigration permit must await the decision of that permit abroad. So when you put in a first-time request, technically you should not be residing on the island, and if you have had illegal residence, then the minister would have to exempt you from that requirement. And what that is a lot of times we see that indeed letters are granted, I believe under previous Minister Richardson, there was a ministerial regulation that had been published in terms of criteria in order to be able to qualify for such an exemption letter. A lot of times you can think of individuals who are directors of a business, because it's understood that you would need to be on the island in order to open bank accounts and set up that business and get it running. School-going children, for example, are often ones that fall into that category. But over time, I think we have seen that those letters have become more of a right than the exception that they should be, because the rule is you shouldn't be here. And what we noted when we came in is that there were thousands of exemption letters on a pile waiting to be answered. So we are looking, we are currently taking a much stronger stance when it comes to those exemption letters and trying to bring back that amount, because it shouldn't be that it's taking, that I have to put an entire person to go and deal with exemption letters all day, while it's actually not even a service we charge for as a government, because it was never meant to be a service that we were always offering. So it is one that we're looking to regulate now when we increase the fees. But it has become, I think, a way of people also receive an exemption letter and they see that as their right to be here, and then they don't even file for their papers. They just have this exemption letter and think, oh, well, the minister told me I'm allowed to be here.
Minister, is the number 2,000 sound correct, or anywhere in that ballpark?
It could be correct. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the number.
All right. As I continue with the same question, what provisions are made for persons born on St. Martin but has no legal status? Let us take, for example, persons born on St. Martin has no legal status, but then end up in the Point Blanche prison that you're talking about. What happened when that person or persons finish serving their time? Do you deport them? And if that is the case, where? Or will you release them and let them continue roaming the street undocumented? But they were born on St. Martin.
That is indeed. So let's take the two questions separately. The first one being individuals born here but without a status. That is really what we're using the humanitarian permit for. If you, and I'll say this also publicly, if you are of age, if you are an adult above 18 years old, your parents never regulated your status, but you can prove that you went to school in St. Martin, that you spent your whole life here, bring us the papers from your primary school, your high school, thank you, I had the Dutch word in my head. And, you know, people like that will qualify for a humanitarian permit. And we also respect the fact that as a child, it's not your fault that you are undocumented. That is the fault of your parents. So we don't want to penalize a person once they become of age, that it is in their hands to regulate themselves. These are the individuals these days that we're really trying to help with humanitarian permits. So that's one. Second to that, of course, yes, I've also been up to the prison where I've heard the stories from individuals who were born here or raised here and indeed never had a status or up there, don't have an ID card. We are looking to see how we deal with those types of situations and how we try to assist those individuals, because, of course, one of the requirements for a residency permit is a clean police record. So we're still dealing with how do we navigate that, and also from a humanitarian perspective. So that is something that's very much case specific, so I wouldn't be able to give a specific answer to that. But in any case, we have been looking into, you know, some of the individuals that were there. I remember running into somebody that told me, you know, Minister, I was in here, I came out, I wanted to fix my life, and I went to get a job somewhere, and I didn't have an ID. I couldn't present an ID, and the employer fired him, and then he ended up back on the street, and now he's back in Point Blanche again. You know, so we want to avoid those types of situations as well. So we are working on those to see, because the exact question that you rightfully asked, where do you send them back to? And looking at, again, to what is the impact on our society by keeping them here, but you also have to look at that person and their situation. So that's a case-by-case assessment.
SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com. SXM Daily News.
So I visited the Cornwall Regional Hospital where the accident and emergency ward has been damaged. Nurses there said that it was a nightmare for them last night because all of the accident and emergency ward damage. Then I left from there to Catherine Hall and the West Green and all of that area because the Bonnet River came over and flooded out the community. The road, the intersection of Fairfield and Catherine Hall damage. I mean, it's just pure mud on the road. It's down here, it's chaos. I leave from there and then came to the Barney Street police station where the barracks, the roof has been gone. There is no barracks. So the officers have nowhere right now to sleep. And all the offices on the other side of the police station, the roof's gone. Then I leave from there and went to the People's Arcade. Persons came in and loot out the stuff after the storm. So the vendors are saying that they lost everything. Then I went to the Typhoid Clinic, which that is a major clinic for St. James because it is one of the clinics that takes off the pressure from the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The South Gully came over and it flooded out the entire clinic. All the offices, there are a lot of silt right now and water. And so the back where the pharmacy is, the roof came off. So right now the clinic is underwater and silt. It's a devastation, and some of the vehicles, the ambulance, some of them got damaged. Glass smash. So the entire clinic right now is a devastation. Down here is a disaster. The Freeport Wharf, it's gone. The BPO sector, gone. The entire St. James has been devastated. So that's where we're at right now. We'll give you more update as the information coming and as I visited other communities to see what is happening in the communities.
Several roads remain blocked with fallen trees and downed power lines, making access difficult for emergency services. Homes have been damaged and roads buried in debris. Now one resident, Venetia, is coming to terms with the harsh reality of Melissa's wrath.
So we have 13 of us that lives here, 13 children and 3 adults. I'm not working now. My sister is working. She works for the government and she was asking for assistance prior to this time. And unfortunately, I have to let the kids stay by a friend. And now I am here trying to pick up the pieces. I don't know what to do, honestly. I don't have any help. Nothing. So any assistance to do.
Around 5 p.m. yesterday, floodwaters began to swallow sections of the community, forcing residents to flee for safety.
Apparently, right now we have 5 bedrooms in the house, 1 bathroom and a living room. And the back house is 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a living room.
When did this happen?
Just last night, and I have to leave in a hurry. I spent some time over by my neighbor. And I just don't know what to do. Because I lost everything. Kids' clothes, everything.
Tell me about the experience through the period? What happened?
Well, it was horrible. I thought it would be calm, but it was horrible, 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 horrible.
Venetia recounted what happened as the tragedy unfolded.
The first part, the front part of the house right here, as I say, it lift off and blow away. So that is when as I said before, that is when I started to get the kids them out and my two other sisters. So, and one of my sisters, she has a heart problem, so she started to panic and she lost her medication in the house. So, because we were moving so fast, everything happened so fast. So, and this is the result.
She says any assistance that can be given would be greatly appreciated at this time.
We need food, we don't have any shelter, and we just like to see if we can get any money to rebuild. That would be great for now. And until the school reopens, uniform, because we don't have no uniform for the children. And one of them is going to high school right now. I will be here. You can contact me at 317-2099. 317-2099. My name is Venetia.
Now residents are holding on to hope even as they face the daunting task of rebuilding. Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.
And St. Thomas received its fair share of battering from Hurricane Melissa. Jamila Maitland has a roundup of the damage in St. Thomas.
The Negro River has transformed Old Road in Danvers Pen into a stream, rushing into people's home and into their yard as if they were the unwelcome visitor. Now, this was the furthest I'm able to go upstream, but people have evacuated so far. Take this home, for example. The watermark, still barely dried, just shows evidence of how high the Negro River would have come when it broke its barrier around 2 a.m. on Tuesday.
Dr. Michael and Jonas, I'm begging you, please, Danvers Pen people need help now because the river upon the road. It's really on the road. It's on the road now. We need help right now.
Over in Bath,
Water all over the field. When I came out, like the water reached my knee. Really? Straight round. People have to evacuate from their houses.
In Bamboo River, St. Thomas residents are heeding the warnings after heavy rains Tuesday morning caused serious flooding to their homes. These are the before and after videos in Danvers Pen on Sunday, October 26. Then on Tuesday, October 28. On Copper Lane in Bath, residents look on in disbelief at the sight of their neighbor's house being held up by prayer.
Right now, my next step, I don't even know. Right now, I'm nervous. Right now, I'm talking to you and I'm nervous.
Another heavy downpour and his house could vanish in the river, just like his car.
I lost my car.
The car was where?
Right.
The car was parked?
The car was parked there. And the swept away. The river take it away.
Yeah.
And in the true spirit of being thy neighbor's keeper, they've opted to store his furniture for him. 3 other homes are impacted.
Now what you're looking at is the Plantain Garden River and the Island River meeting here in Bath, St. Thomas. But according to residents, this wasn't the original path of the river. Now I'm going to ask my videographer to just zoom in to show you its original path. And just below that, there's an island with no mature trees growing in it. That was where the river used to go. The river continues to break its barriers, threatening homes and everything in its path.
But Mother Nature aside, the residents say neglect and poor maintenance of the gullies and the rivers have made the disaster tenfold.
Well, this breakaway, it's from Beryl. And after Beryl blow, they only come, no assistance.
And the grind is very necessary because every time when the rain falls, it flood out. The only solution to this flooding is to put the wall right.
The police, fire brigade and municipal corporation are closely monitoring the areas. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.